When observing a level 2 limit order book, the displayed liquidity is fundamentally deceptive. Retail traders falsely assume that the resting limit orders represent the absolute supply and demand at a given price level. But in institutional market microstructure, displaying your true directional intent is a catastrophic execution error. If a quantitative hedge fund wishes to offload 1 million shares, revealing this massive size immediately triggers predatory front-running. High-frequency algorithms constantly scan the limit order book for such massive imbalances, anticipating adverse selection. To mitigate market impact and prevent the price from collapsing before execution, liquidity must be mathematically fragmented. This introduces the concept of hidden liquidity, formerly known within matching engines as iceberg or reserve orders. An iceberg order structuralizes a massive parent order into two distinct tranches, a displayed component and a hidden component. Let us define the total parent order size as capital Omega, which represents the genuine institutional execution intent. Only a tiny fraction of Omega, defined as the peak size or lowercase p, is transmitted to the public exchange feed. The remaining volume, the hidden reserve denoted as R, sits invisibly deep within the exchange matching engine's memory. Mathematically, the true intent Omega is strictly equal to the sum of the visible peak size and the hidden reserve. When aggressive incoming market orders consume the visible peak, the exchange algorithm executes a specific replenishment logic. The matching engine automatically slices a new peak from the hidden reserve and exposes it to the public order book. This sequential algorithmic replenishment continues looping until the hidden reserve is entirely depleted. However, this stealth execution logic comes with a severe structural penalty in the exchange's time priority queue. Modern equities exchanges operate on a strict price-time priority matching algorithm, universally denoted as FIFO. Every time a new peak is replenished, it loses its time priority, instantly moving to the absolute back of the queue at that price level. Therefore, mathematically optimizing the peak size becomes a highly complex microstructure trade-off. A large peak size guarantees faster queue advancement but maximizes adverse market impact and critical information leakage. Conversely, a minimal peak minimizes your footprint but exposes the order to severe queue latency and non-execution risk. To solve this deterministic flaw, execution algorithms utilize stochastic peak randomization, constantly shifting the visible slice to evade detection. In this module, we will deconstruct the core algorithmic architecture and the underlying C++ engine mechanics behind these hidden liquidity structures. We must now rigorously formalize the volumetric architecture of an iceberg order within the matching engine. Recall that the total parent order, Omega, is strictly partitioned into the displayed peak, P, and the hidden reserve, R. The critical variable engineered by quantitative execution algorithms is the peak-to-size ratio, denoted as theta. Mathematically, theta is defined as the peak size P divided by the total parent volume Omega. This dimensionless parameter, strictly bounded between 0 and 1, dictates the aggressiveness of the execution. If theta equals 1, the entire order is displayed, maximizing information leakage but optimizing queue position. If theta approaches 0, we construct a fully dark order, mitigating market impact but maximizing execution latency. However, most lit exchanges impose a hard regulatory constraint on the minimum peak size, often one round lot. Let us mathematically examine the deterministic state transitions of the hidden reserve as market trades occur. Define V sub t as the volume of an incoming aggressive market order that hits the resting iceberg. If V sub t is strictly less than the current displayed peak, P sub t, the order executes only partially. The new displayed peak instantly becomes P sub t minus V sub t, while the hidden reserve R remains completely untouched. The critical state transition occurs when the incoming aggressive volume completely exhausts the visible peak. In this specific scenario, where V sub t is greater than or equal to P sub t, the peak is decimated. The matching engine immediately triggers a deterministic C++ callback to slice a new tranche from the hidden reserve. The replenishment volume is mathematically calculated as the minimum of the default peak size and the remaining reserve R. Consequently, the hidden reserve strictly monotonically decreases, R sub t plus 1 equals R sub t minus the replenished peak. This discrete time stochastic process loops iteratively until the reserve R reaches exactly zero. At this terminal boundary condition, the iceberg order is fully exhausted and mathematically removed from the limit order book. Crucially, every single replenishment event violently resets the order's timestamp in the fixed protocol message sequence. This structural queue-jumping penalty means the new peak must wait for all previously existing limit orders at that price level to execute. Therefore, accurately modeling the probability of execution requires conditional hazard rates based on continuous queue depth analysis. A quantitative trading system must dynamically calibrate the peak size to solve the optimization problem between adverse selection and non-execution. In the next module, we will write the exact C++ logic simulating this deterministic matching engine behavior. We now transition from the localized microstructure of a single iceberg to macroscopic execution scheduling. Institutional execution engines rarely deploy a massive iceberg order in isolation on the limit order book. Instead, they utilize algorithmic scheduling wrappers, the most fundamental being the time-weighted average price, or TWAP. TWAP algorithms decompose a colossal parent meta-order, capital Omega, across a predefined continuous time horizon, capital T. The objective is to minimize the execution trajectory's deviation from the market's continuous time-averaged price. Let us mathematically construct the foundational TWAP slicing architecture. We partition the time horizon T into n uniform discrete intervals, denoted as delta T. At each discrete time step T sub k, the quantitative algorithm generates a child order slice, denoted as lowercase q. In a vanilla TWAP schedule, this child slice q is deterministically defined as the total volume omega divided by n. However, if the child slice q is still large enough to trigger market impact, we encounter a recursive visibility problem. To solve this deterministic flaw, the execution engine wraps the TWAP child slice itself inside an iceberg order structure. This creates a nested algorithmic architecture. The macro scheduler dictates the time, while the micro-iceberg dictates the visible depth. For each TWAP slice Q submitted at time T sub k, it is assigned a micro-peak size P and a micro-reserve R. Thus, the strict equation Q sub k equals P sub k plus R sub k dictates the hidden liquidity mechanics at every single interval. This hybrid structure effectively shields the institution from both temporal execution risk and instantaneous impact risk. But this nested architecture introduces a critical synchronization hazard known as the cleanup boundary. What mathematically occurs if the iceberg child slice at T sub k is not fully exhausted by the time the next interval arrives? If the matching engine fails to consume the hidden reserve or due to a lack of aggressive counterparty volume, the schedule falls behind. The execution algorithm must track this residual unexecuted volume, formally defined as the schedule deficit. If the deficit violently accumulates, the quantitative system triggers a deterministic cleanup routing protocol. The algorithm instantly cancels the resting passive iceberg reserve and aggressively crosses the bid-ask spread with a marketable limit order. This forced spread crossing incurs a severe friction cost, mechanically degrading the overall alpha of the quantitative strategy. Therefore, optimizing the peak size P of the nested TWAP slices requires solving a dynamic programming Bellman equation. The state variables must dynamically balance the probability of passive execution against the deterministic cost of schedule deviation. In the subsequent technical visualization, we will map these nested stochastic parameters directly into C++ logic. We now transition from mathematical theory to pure computational implementation. To validate our stochastic Bellman optimization, we must build a deterministic limit order book simulator in Python. The core data structure for a high-frequency trading matching engine is typically a pair of red-black trees. In our Python architecture, we model the bid and ask sides using dictionary-backed doubly linked lists to optimize time complexity. Let us write the exact execution logic for processing an aggressive market order against resting passive liquidity. We instantiate a class named limit_order_book containing an execution method that systematically traverses the price levels. The critical component within this engine is the Iceberg node object, which overrides the standard limit order behavior. Upon complete consumption of its visible peak size, the node triggers an internal algorithmic replenish method. This method deducts volume from the hidden reserve and automatically reinserts the node at the absolute back of the price queue. If we simulate a 1 million share execution without an iceberg wrapper, the algorithm instantly consumes the first 10 price levels. The resulting market impact is mathematically catastrophic, driving the marginal execution price severely against our position. This instantaneous price degradation is formally quantified as slippage, a direct consequence of forcefully walking the book. Conversely, running the exact same simulation using a TWAP scheduler with nested iceberg slices yields a drastically different trajectory. By setting the peak-to-size ratio theta to 0.05, we strictly expose only a tiny fraction of our true intent. The Python simulator mathematically proves that this hidden strategy absorbs incoming passive replenishment over time. This prevents the violent depletion of top-of-book liquidity, anchoring our volume-weighted average price near the fundamental mid-price. However, this simulation relies on a stationary liquidity assumption, which is mathematically fatal in live adversarial markets. In reality, predatory high-frequency algorithms detect the sequential replenishment prints and mathematically infer the presence of the iceberg. This phenomenon is known as toxic signaling, where the mechanical act of hiding liquidity mathematically reveals its existence. To counter this adverse selection, our Python engine must implement stochastic randomization for both the peak size and the temporal intervals. By shifting from deterministic intervals to a memoryless Poisson process, we generate a cryptographically secure execution schedule. The interarrival times of our child slices are now drawn from an exponential distribution, neutralizing algorithmic reverse engineering. We will now render the resulting Python simulation output, visualizing the divergent cumulative slippage curves. While iceberg orders are designed to mask institutional intent, they suffer from inherent deterministic vulnerabilities. In modern microstructure, the mechanical act of continuous replenishment creates an anomalous statistical footprint. Adversarial high-frequency algorithms constantly run Bayesian inference engines to detect these synthetic footprints. Consider a scenario where the resting liquidity at the national best bid is continuously replenished after aggressive consumption. A naive observer sees constant volume, but a quantitative model detects a severe trade flow imbalance. The probability of an iceberg existing conditionally spikes with every sequential print at the exact same microstructure price. Mathematically, we can model this detection using Bayes' theorem applied to sequential limit order book states. Let the event I represent the existence of a hidden reserve, and E represent a sequence of replenishment events. The posterior probability of I, given E, equals the likelihood of E given I, multiplied by the prior probability of I. This numerator is strictly divided by the marginal probability of observing the sequence E under any circumstance. As the sequence length of replenishments increases, this posterior probability rapidly converges to 1. Once the adversarial algorithm confirms the iceberg with high statistical confidence, it initiates predatory routing. The HFT engine will aggressively front-run the institutional order, buying up the available liquidity on correlated exchanges. It then immediately turns around and sells that exact liquidity back to the institutional iceberg at an artificially inflated price. This is the essence of adverse selection. The institutional order becomes the very liquidity provider for the predator's arbitrage. To combat this, modern execution engines employ ping or probe orders to test for hidden liquidity before committing capital. A one-lot order is fired into the dark pool or lit exchange. If it is instantly filled with zero slippage, the engine assumes an iceberg exists. Therefore, the quantitative arms race reduces to a continuous game of stochastic camouflage versus Bayesian detection. An optimal algorithmic execution strategy must mathematically balance the spread capture of passive posting against this toxic signaling risk. This concludes our deep architectural analysis of iceberg orders and limit order book deception. In the next masterclass series, we will transition into the mathematics of market making and continuous spread quoting dynamics.